Namaste everyone. So in my Save Soil series of videos, I have so far done 4 different videos and this is my 5th video. This series is basically for us to strengthen our connect with soil and earth. And we support Sadhguru's Save Soil movement and we keep doing Save Soil, but have we really taken the effort to understand the nuances that he keeps talking about, and whether we ourselves are indulging in the activities that really deepen the connection with earth? So this series explores all of these various activities and talks with some experts where we can strengthen our connect with soil and earth. And this video is on Ganesha, because Ganesha and earth are very closely connected, which I have realized over the last couple of years as I have come across various pieces of information, and I thought I'll do this video on that. So keep watching. So folks, it's Ganesha season right now. Chaturthi just went a few days back and people would still have Ganeshas in their house doing the puja and stuff, and especially Maharashtra, where it happens in such a big and powerful way, is still rocking. So I thought this is a great time to shoot this Ganesha video. When I started this Save Soil series of videos, one of the first 2-3 videos I had thought of in my mind before as I started the series was Ganesha was definitely one of this. And because I was so fascinated when I came to know about the whole connect between Ganesha and earth, it is really something amazing. So one of the connections that has been repeated in this Sadhguru SriBrahma documentary, that second part of the documentary, which released just recently. In fact, 2 more episodes are still pending. So in just the last episode, which I have watched, the 12th episode, they go into the whole why Ganesha is always seen where Sadhguru SriBrahma shrines have been found. And the connection made was that Ganesha is considered the deity of the Muladhara Chakra, and for any yoga practitioner, anyone on spiritual path, the Kundalini, if we think about it, think about the spiritual journey from the angle of the Kundalini movement, then it is usually coiled and hidden in the Muladhara, and from there it rises up. So the first few steps, one always needs to invoke Ganesha and kind of take his blessings, and then the Kundalini will move up. And Ganesha is the deity of the Muladhara Chakra. The thing about earth is that Muladhara is also considered the earth spot in the body, and that way Ganesha and earth are very, very closely connected. I came to know about this first when I was reading the Aghora Trilogy, in which Vimlananda goes very clearly and talks about why Ganesha rules the earth chakra, and that is how earth and Ganesha are also very closely connected, and the connect with Muladhara, and the significance for a spiritual seeker, and why a lot of the scriptures and everything starts with Ganesha. So there are obviously a lot of other reasonings and stories behind it, but this is definitely one core aspect of it. So this is one strong reasoning where Ganesha gets connected with the earth chakra. And the Aghora series was written by Robert Svoboda, and Robert Svoboda has a lot of these courses, as I found out later on. I've done some of his courses in Ayurveda and stuff, where he talks about the microbiome and how the microbiome impacts the gut health and body health, and how integral it is to our body. So apart from that, there are other courses he conducts. One of them is Ganesha and Earth. How he has a whole course, a short course on bhakti towards Ganesha, and how it involves earth element as well. So when we talk about the Panchabhuta, then the earth element is closely tied with Ganesha, and he has a small course on it, and I've been part of some of his lectures where he also goes deeper into this. I don't want to quote him because I don't feel I can do justice, but you can see this course he has, because it's whether you do it or no, that's a different thing. I'm not asking you to do the course. I myself have not done it, but it's just very interesting about how he's connecting it, and the fact about that there is this clear connection between Ganesha and earth. And another place where these two got connected was when Vasant also, Vasant is this very renowned Ayurvedic practitioner, and he talks about pranayama and meditation as well. and he has a YouTube channel which I follow, and I've heard a lot of his very long talks and stuff. And he very often also will invoke Ganesha before starting off, and he has one video which I will link in the description where he talks about Sutra of Ganesha, and he clearly mentions that if one recites this sutra properly very often, then one inculcates stillness, and especially if one is very active and aggravated kind of, then the stillness comes into the body, which is a very powerful quality. As even in meditation they talk about Nischal or Achala, like there are meditations which involve just being still. So the stillness is also a very meditative quality. It is considered really powerful for the spiritual seeker, and it is closely tied with Ganesha and earth, obviously, because stillness can also be considered the quality of earth, earth being the stable, unmoving force of nature. So in that sense, these again, Ganesha, stillness, earth, all get connected, and there is a scripture towards that. So I think this is really fascinating. These are very direct and very powerful connections between earth and Ganesha. So I personally found it very fascinating. Scripture is called Atharvashirsha, Ganesha Atharvashirsha, and as Vasant himself explains, you can watch in the video, I will link it. Atharva means thar or shaky, and Atharva means stable, steady, still. So Atharvashirsha, Shirsha means head, so Atharvashirsha is a very stable head, but basically stable mind and stability in the system. And as they say, Nischala Tattva Jivan Mukti, you have to be steady towards one goal, and this Atharvashirsha then which is the Ganpati Atharvashirsha brings this quality into us. So it's really fascinating. From multiple sources, right? Like Vasant Lad is a separate source, Robert Svoboda and the Aghora books is one source, and now from the third source, which is the Sadhguru SriBrahma documentaries, the same element of Ganesha being connected with earth, Muladhara, stillness, all of these things have come together, and which makes Ganesha very, very powerful deity, and just a force or a persona, if we may say so, for the spiritual seeker. So I just want to bring out this connection for you all. Talking about earth and Ganesha, just last year, in fact, I just so happened that I was on Ganesh Chaturthi. I had kind of rushed out and to get some plants, because I have been thinking for a while to get plants and it was just not happening, and finally it just happened on the Ganesh Chaturthi day. All of a sudden I got this bolt of inspiration and I said I must get it, and then I went to this nursery and I got a bunch of plants for my house, and along with it I got a big bag of mud, and just again filled with that inspiration, from that mud itself I created a little Mudcake Ganpati. It was really cool. It's one of the first times I've done it. As you know, I am actually a Jain, so that Ganesh Chaturthi is also the Samvatsari day, which is a really big day for Jains. As it had happened, I had done nothing for the Paryushan. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something small, I had done nothing much. And then even Samvatsari, I did not manage to visit the temple, and that's the whole thing was connected. I said I have to go to the temple, and then that temple was near to the nursery, and I said this is also pending, let's do this also. And so I went to the temple. Temple was closed, so I actually could not even go inside. I just stood outside and did and moved on. But I did go to the nursery and I got the mud and I made that Ganesha. So that Ganesh Chaturthi and Samvatsari come hand in hand for me. So it's a kind of a dual thing going on. When we were in Mumbai, it was really amazing, because I would be generally little bit surrounded by the whole Paryushan Jain fervor of Paryushan and Samvatsari, and outside the Ganesha dolls will start beating. So it was always amazing for me. I will not actively go there until Samvatsari is over, but we are in Samvatsari mode and the dolls are beating, and it's really fun. I really enjoyed. So last year, however, it took a little turn, as in I did not participate much in Paryushan, but then the Ganesh Chaturthi became a thing for me, because on Ganesh Chaturthi I made that Ganesha and then I kept it, and I was so attached to the Ganesha. I was doing Aarti every day. I was making the offerings and stuff, holding Aartis. It was really good. And then I think I extended it, because after some time you have to obviously do the Visarjan, and obviously mine was a mud Ganesha, so easily I could just Visarjan it, but I didn't do it. I couldn't bear it only, so I didn't do, and then I think it became a little inappropriate, to be honest. So whatever. Then eventually I did. Eventually, many days later, I did the Visarjan. because I was also not able to maintain it and it was not being good, and then eventually, yeah, I think it was a bit of learning for me. This Navratri, then this Paryushan, then I was wondering whether Ganesh Chaturthi again I will do something, but I decided I'll wait and watch. This has to come naturally as it had done that time. But this time, as a twist, what happened is I did Paryushan pretty seriously, like one of my most serious Paryushan, I will say. I didn't fast all the days. Samvatsari I did a full fast, like a full Jain fast, but the days previous to it I restricted my food a lot. I went into this thing called Unodari. Unodari basically means eating less. So I did that, and then Ganesh Chaturthi, so I did not do anything because I was fully in the Samvatsari zone. And then next day I came out, but I had done that full fast and getting out of it, and those ensuing 8 days where I was eating much lesser, I had to come out of it, kind of do the various things for it. So I could not give much time to Ganesha, and then finally already a few days have passed and I have just been busy with stuff, and I just want to shoot this one video on this whole Ganesha and Earth connection. I hope you found it interesting as well. Namaskar.